Hello, everybody, and welcome to Back to Dial's X-Wing Podcast, Round 3, stream from the Denver campaign against cancer here, the Wizard's Chest in Denver, Colorado. On the top, we have Tom Arnold with Palp Aces. On the bottom, we have Keith something. Another Keith. Keith T with U-Wing, Wedge, and I think that's Dutch. These are very interesting lists. My name is Asa Graf.
My name is Ben Hamer.
And we're going to get the lists up here in just one sec. Wedge and Horton. I love that. Blue Squadron Pathfinder, Wedge, and Horton. We're broadcasting live for the X-Wing campaign against cancer. Donate to that at bit.ly/CAC Denver. The first person during this stream to donate $10 and get their name in the, and what am I trying to say? Send their receipt to feedback@backtodials.com using that link. So bit.ly/CAC Denver. Send your receipt to feedback@backtodials.com. Will receive a Lego Millennium Falcon. The second person to get your donation in with at least $10 will get a pair of Legion alternate art cards, Darth Vader, Master of Evil, and Luke Skywalker. It looks like we already got one from our very own Fergie. Fergie, you win the Lego Millennium Falcon. Now, we still have that pair of Legion cards.
Yep, so, side note, Fergie, why are you not here? Yo, come on. The third person to send in their donation receipt will get a date with Asa Graf.
Nope.
So.
Nope. So we're gonna get into this game here soon. Let's actually go right into this game. Welcome back to the X-Wing campaign against cancer here in Denver, Colorado. My name is Asa Graf.
My name is Ben Hamer.
And we're streaming live for Back to Dial's X-Wing podcast at the Wizard's Chest for the campaign against cancer. We've already taken our first $10 donation of this round, but the second one is going to receive the pair of Legion alternate art cards, Darth Vader, Master of Evil, and Luke Skywalker. They're really pretty. If I played Legion, I would be super into these, but I don't, so I'm giving them away.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to play Legion. I'm sure I'll play it with other people.
Yeah, but I just gave away your pair of alternate art cards on the stream.
So now I'm sad. So let's talk about these lists. I really want to talk Keith's.
Yeah, please.
So we've got a Blue Squadron Pathfinder with collision detector, seismic torpedoes, Bowshek, Harrison Dula, anti-pursuit lasers, and the tidal pivot wing. We also have Wedge Antilles with Veteran Instincts, Flight Assist Astromech, Integrated Astromech, and Horton Salm with Twin Laser Turret, R2D6, and Expertise. To me, this list just absolutely shouts, screw your meta.
Now, before we start talking about Tom's list, we did get Kevin V. Thank you very much for your $10 donation for those Legion cards. Yeah, thank you very much to Kevin for two $10 donations. Actually, looks like for those Legion cards. You got those Legion cards. We will contact you, get those in the mail. But you still have your chance to win if you missed out on these speed prizes. We're gonna raffle off at the end of this round one more Lego Millennium Falcon, and we still have every single $10 donation gets you in to win the X-Wing poster, which you saw in that short promo reel before the stream.
It is absolutely beautiful, and don't forget you can still get in to win a date with Asa too. Shh.
Yeah, that's false. All right, so let's actually go back and talk about these lists. Remember, donate bit.ly/CAC Denver. Send your receipt to feedback@backtodials.com. Anyways, Tom's Omicron Group Pilot, Collision Detector, Emperor Palpatine, Vessery with Juke, TIE X7, Countess Ryad with Push the Limit, TIE Mark II, and TIE X7. This almost feels like a list from Meta's past, but I think it's still very good.
Yeah, this is a list from a meta when I was not yet playing, so I really can't say much.
Yeah, I absolutely love those TIE X7 Defenders. They're still very good. They can still toss out a lot of damage, but I'm honestly most interested in Keith's right here.
Yeah,
so you said it does say screw your meta, and I agree. There's a lot of bumping with that Blue Squadron Pathfinder, Wedge with the Flight Assist Astromech, and out at PS11, and Horton Salm. Man, Horton Salm there with TLT and Expertise. That's actually a really, really good combination.
Yeah, that is that Horton is fantastic. Yeah, so there's a few things here that you never ever see on the board. There's a U-wing, and that U-wing has seismic torpedoes and Boshek crew.
Yeah.
The only time
for those of you who might not know, let's get Boshek up on the screen here so we can...
Yeah, so the only time I have ever seen Boshek crew on the board was the other day when I flew him in a quad jumper in order to keep my own houndstooth hiding in the corner of the board with 0 stops.
So the interesting thing about Boshek here is that if he hits those defenders with him, the defender lives and dies like right by its 3s. They will go the wrong way. Right? They'll go the wrong way. They might be forced into taking red maneuvers if they're doing 2 straights, which will absolutely kill them.
Yes.
Right?
And so the other thing we haven't said yet, from what I've heard, this U-wing list is currently undefeated.
Yes.
In round 3 here.
It is. If I paraphrase what John Conley told me when he said, "Please select this list," they were, quote, "kicking tail." So, you know, I'm very excited to see how this operates, how that super accurate Horton Salm TLT and Wedge is really great against those X7 defenders too.
Yes, absolutely. So. Yes, and Tom Arnold is also undefeated, so this is bound to be a really, really interesting game. I'm incredibly excited to watch this.
Absolutely.
So we got our initial maneuvers coming in with that Blue Squadron Pathfinder moving toward the center of the board. We've got our X7 Defenders kind of crawling along the back edge with the Palp Shuttle behind them. I suspect almost that Tom is just kind of waiting to see what this U-wing does, because he's probably not too sure.
He's got the target lock though from Colonel Ryad, Countess Ryad,
which does mean that U-wing is going to take a range 3 shot at Ryad probably this turn, which is funny to me, unless she barrel rolls with her PTL. Waiting to see what else happens while Asa plays with his cell phone. Possibly. Stalling. Stalling words. Assuming we are still being heard, I apologize for the dead air.
No, that's all right. I just lost some connection here. That was just they kicked me off, I guess, of their Wi-Fi. So I'm trying to reset up all my communication with chat. So if I am missing something right here, I do apologize, but we'll be back up here shortly.
All right, yeah, so we have Ryad coming in with the barrel roll to pilot left here with the push the limit, which is interesting. So she is probably hoping to get a shot on that U-wing, and since the U-wing probably gets a shot on her. And then here we have Vessery coming in with the 2 straight, and we'll see what we get for an action out of him. Yeah, so this is those X7 defenders are super deadly, but they are also completely out pilot skilled on this board, except for the U-wing.
Now they also with this first engagement, we're just going to see an unanswered U-wing shot against Countess Ryad with no token up, is what it looks like.
Right, so I think it looked like Tom was trying to barrel roll Ryad into having a shot back at the U-wing, but it looks like he didn't quite get there.
Right, it looks like all that he might have done was stress her.
Yeah. Here we have Horton landing on the debris right off the bat here. A little unfortunate, but stuff happens. No damage, stress token. It doesn't matter. He's not even in the fight yet.
Not one single damage from that debris token either.
And here we have Wedge Antilles going back on his base for his maneuver, because that's how this works. With a 4 straight. And the option of a flight assist boost or barrel roll if he so chooses, and it looks like he has taken his free boost with flight assist astromech to straight 1 forward, and then standard action will be to focus. So it looks like we're gonna see the U-wing take the first shot here if Ryad. Oh, yeah, it looks like he just got arc on Ryad, so Ryad's gonna take a shot at the U-wing. And I see 2 hits from Ryad here with a reroll with that target lock.
Yep, so we got a 2 hits there, spending the lock into a focus.
So 2 hits on the U-Wing. U-Wing answering with 3 dice. I see a lot of paint.
Now, is he going to spend that focus? Yes, he will.
Yep.
Take no damage. That's
yeah,
fair
definitely
enough.
the right choice, I feel. So we will have the U-Wing answering back with his own shot.
There's only 3 dice at long range.
Sentence I never really expected to say. Is
just one crit. Ryad
shooting.
should easily be able to evade that, but we shall see.
For sure. But green
doesn't have
dice
an
will
evade token,
always
right.
betray you.
Every single time. There's the
Palpatine,
Palpatine
the
evade. And there it is. He actually needed that. There's
Yeah,
2
wow.
focuses and 2 blanks. There's the one.
And it looks like Tom is using his campaign against cancer coin as a Palp token there. All right, and we are back to dials here at the Back to Dials podcast. Back to dials. All right, and we are setting dials here. So Asa, if you're with us, he's not quite with us. So, sorry, we are experiencing technical difficulties on the
I
streamer
can't.
side
I
here.
can't see the stream's going out just fine. I just can't see any of the chat right now.
Right.
So yeah. So, anyways, well, we can still commentate on this. So that U-Wing, I think he's gonna want to get right up in there, obviously. So let's see. We have a 2 hard turn, perhaps expecting
those fast 3 maneuvers
Right.
and trying to get in the way of
a
it.
3 or a 4-speed maneuver from Ryad, I think, is what he's expecting right
Yeah.
here.
So with the with those changes to the X7 Defenders, where their free evade is now in action, this U-Wing is kind of the bane of their existence.
Exactly. Hey, Ellen. The public Wi-Fi kicked me off completely.
So VIP.
All right, here we have a 1 bank from the Lambda shuttle holding Palpatine, and it takes a target lock onto the U-Wing, setting up for Vessery to be able to... here we have a 5 straight, or 5K, because it's Ryad, and Ryad does whatever she wants. So 5K clips that U-Wing in arc, and will, of course, be taking a range 1 shot from the U-Wing. There's the free evade action from X7 title. There is the focus and push the limit to target lock. Up next we have Vessery with a 3 hard, of course also getting his free evade. And let's see what he takes for his standard action. And
we
a
are
focus.
Back in chat. Hello, everybody. Thanks for being patient with me. Now I can see everything. Isn't this glorious? We are back. That Horton Salm is doing a 1 straight right there. Tom? There we go. Now we're back in chat. Back unmuted. This is perfect. All right.
So we have a 1 straight from Horton there with a focus, just moving real slow, waiting to get into the fight late after some havoc has been wreaked. Here we have Wedge Antilles doing a straight maneuver in, taking a 1 bank boost with Flight Assist Astro. And let's see what he takes for his action. I would expect probably a target lock on who, I am not sure, on the Palp shuttle. Those are very cool target lock
That's what
tokens.
it looks like. Now, what do you think of Tom's first choice to target, or sorry, Key's first choice to targets on Palp shuttle right here?
I mean, that's just kind of the standard choice
Right.
against a Palp Aces list. If you don't take Palpatine down, you're never going to take the Aces down.
Now, Tom, using Countess Ryad's green K turns, has expertly evaded, I think, this U-Wing's attempt to really get up in his way.
Right. So it will take some time for the U-Wing to get turned around back into position for another block.
Right. Now, because he didn't flip the pivot wing right there. If he had flipped the pivot wing, he would have been able to just like a 0-stop turn around and catch a Vessery turn. But there's a hit crit coming in from Wedge against a range 3 through the rock shuttle. We will not palp anything. We get just 1 evade right there. So hitting a crit coming in on the shuttle.
Yep, so that'll go straight to the shields. Of course, losing one of his gained agility from that Wedge Antilles pilot ability, which is going to be crucial in taking down that Palp shuttle, I think.
Absolutely.
So the interesting thing I want to ask you about here, Asa, is what do you think of this Horton coming in slow? it looks like he's waiting to get into the fight late, kind of as cleanup crew.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure if I agree with that. I think he should have taken a little bit of a faster tack right there. Well, we'll see if this pays off. Here's a getting and spending a target lock from Vessery, range 1 on the U-Wing. 4 hits. See, that's kind of what I was afraid of.
Yeah, that U-Wing is, with only 8 hit points total, is going to have a very hard time staying alive against this list.
Right.
It's about to take 3 shots. One from Vessery, one from Ryad, and one from the Palp shuttle.
Right, and we have when we have things like that with only a few hit points to spare, he doesn't really have many to burn through. Right. That's the thing with the blockers. If they miss the block by this close, they can absolutely get lit up. Right.
So I think not getting a block off this round is gonna make things really, really difficult for Keith. I think he's gonna lose his U-Wing here, and then we'll see if he's able to recover.
4 natural hits from Ryad. That's absolutely brutal. The U-Wing really doing a really good job of just sticking 1 evade, so at least he's gonna need a long shot from the shuttle to actually take him out this turn. But he does have Palpatine.
Yeah, it is completely possible that the shuttle can kill him off right now and just never have to deal with that blocking power.
Here comes the U-Wing, range 1 into Ryad. God damn, these are some shots here.
So a hit and 2 crits.
We're going to Palp and evade. Keep Ryad alive. We have an evade. We have an evade token, and we have a Palpatine evade. So no damage into Countess Ryad.
Yeah, I think Keith probably should have moved that Y-Wing in a lot faster and just tried to burn down that Lambda shuttle as quickly as possible.
Right.
Yeah, I
maybe
think
brought the U-Wing in a little bit straighter there.
Yeah, I think he's absolutely losing his U-Wing here, and I think that's going to make things very hard on him.
He's got to think about that Ryad 3 or that Ryad K turn right there, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it doesn't matter what that shuttle just rolled because we got natural 3 evades.
I think he was expecting Ryad to take a bank inward instead of what she ended up doing, and and that's just been that kind of spelled disaster for the U-Wing.
Absolutely. Now, it's interesting because I'm not sure that this U-Wing's going to remain undefeated. Thank you, Sam. I agree with you in the chat. I don't think the U-Wing's going to remain undefeated this round.
Yeah, I think I don't see this going great, but we're still early in the game. That Horton and Wedge could pull out.
That's the thing with even if he does get like one crucial block on that, it could be game over.
Right. Yeah.
Right. It could be game over for Tom because even though those defenders can take a little bit of a hit, Boshek can put them so far out of position.
Yeah. Although, Boshek works a little bit weird. I think it's kind of a tough use on a blocker because with Boshek, you're not triggering him by blocking other ships. You're triggering him by ramming into them. So that makes this kind of an interesting position.
Right.
All right. So we are setting dials here. Hand this over to you, Asa. We are setting dials. We've still got one waiting on Ryad, so I'm out of stuff to vamp on. All right.
Sorry, lunch order just came in. Obviously, that's more
apologies.
Important here. Yeah, so they're going back here. So the U-Wing right here is going to do what looks like a 2 hard, and is going to bump right into Countess Ryad. Now, he is not going to be able to get really a block right here. Wait, unless he clears. That's going to be interesting, but he might bump back into Vessery. That looks like what they're going to end up doing.
Yeah, so I don't think he's actually going... Yeah, I think he's looking to just run into Ryad and probably trigger Boshek.
Unless this clears.
Let's
Does that
see
2 hard
where
clear?
it lands.
Did it clear Vessery?
That looks like it hits Vessery.
It does not. Bumps Colonel Vessery just barely, but it would have cleared Ryad. That would have been a nice maneuver.
Yeah, well, again, though, if he just bumps Ryad here, that means once Ryad activates, Boshek triggers.
That's absolutely true.
I think that's what he's going for.
Unless you turned in like a 4 straight.
Well, here's the thing. When Ryad activates, because the U-Wing is touching her,
right.
The U-Wing
but if she turned in a 4 straight, there's nothing to swap to. There's nothing adjacent to swap to. Except for the 4K turn. That's true.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
an
adjacent maneuver
I
doesn't
figured the
mean...
same speed. I'm being a dumbo.
Yeah, adjacent maneuver just means next to it on the dial, Asa.
I'm being dumb. I'm being dumb. So there is Boshek, and this is probably this is one of the first times I've actually seen Boshek trigger. So there's some understandable confusion from the table as exactly what goes on.
I just used him the other day in stupid jank, so...
So understandable confusion should be the motto of this stream right now, because we've had some conflicting information and some technical difficulties, but now we are back in force. Remember, this is the campaign against cancer. At the end of this round, we will be drawing from those of you who have donated at least $10. We will be raffling off one mini Lego Millennium Falcon. We have donations from a lot of people right now, raised what looks to me like $110 amongst the stream, which is not too shabby. Across the entirety of the streaming locations, we are looking to raise $25,000. So Ryad got Boshek'd.
Yep,
Ben,
so
you want to
Ryad
explain what just happened?
Ryad got Boshek'd. She had dialed in a 4 straight, but now she is forced to rotate to an adjacent maneuver. She has chosen the 4K turn, which, as we all know, on the Defender is white. So she is not getting her green K-turn here, which means she is not clearing her stress.
Right, but she's still flipped around.
True.
Right?
Very
She's
true.
also not getting the X7 evade. It's not optimal, but I don't think that that's really a problem
right.
for Ryad. I mean, depending on where Wedge goes, if Wedge gets a nice, juicy shot right here...
Yeah, this could be really good for... Here we have the white K-turn from
look at that
Vessery
4K.
as well.
Exactly. Now, what if... oh, man. This could be interesting. Now, if Wedge does like a too hard turn, smashes into Vessery right there.
Yeah, that could be interesting for sure. So let's see what we got here. First up, we have Horton moving in.
Yeah, Horton and Wedge will be moving next.
I apologize. I can hear Adam on the room mic explaining the list that I ran the other night that uses Boshek to keep my own YV666 from ever moving. Dial in a bank, run your quad jumper into it, trigger Boshek, rotate to a 0-stop, outlaw tech focus, sit in the corner all game.
But if you're already stressed,
you can. Boshek says you can execute that maneuver while stressed.
Even while stressed instead of the 2 straight.
Yep.
Perfect.
Horton
he's attempting to target lock on Ryad, out of range, so he's going to probably take that onto Vessery.
Yep. So there's the target lock on Vessery. And we have a 3 too hard.
Too hard. He's coming right in hard on Colonel Vessery right here. Splitting fire a little bit, but I think he's taking the opportunity to give himself some nice shots to put some lasting damage on some defenders.
Yes. So it looks like both of these shots are definitely going into Vessery. Here's Wedge, range 1 on Vessery. I see a lot of
natural 4 hits. Wedge at -1. I think we're probably going to see we're not seeing a Palpatine here. Blanks! So shields off on Vessery after he spends that evade.
And now we have the double TLT shot from Horton coming in as well. Or I guess
that
just
double
a TLT shot.
I know. That's a very good shot. Now, if Keith can get Vessery like within striking distance, there's the reroll from Horton Salm on a range 2/3 expertise. This is the most terrifying TLT.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I don't know. In the light of Fen Ghost.
No, it's the most terrifying single TLT because it's so incredibly consistent. 3 hits.
It is very consistent, but yeah. I mean, the Fen Ghost with Maul and Ezra is pretty up there.
Now, is he going to palp here? He does not, and he'll be able to focus to dodge that shot.
All right, and then we have the second shot coming in. Let's see how it goes.
I'll bet you he will he'll save his palp for right now.
Yep, yeah, that seems... Here we have the reroll, and I see 3 hits again.
Yeah, that's what that Horton Salm expertise does.
It is brutal.
If we see anything, there's still no Palpatine.
Still no Palpatine.
So that is going. He's probably taking the. I think I see what he might be going for here, trying to get the damage in to kill the U-wing with one of those defenders, and then
take Vessery's shot at Wedge. I think.
Yep, Vessery's shot at Wedge right here. We might be seeing he's waffling on whether or not to palp in a crit right here. Range 1 from Vessery into the U-wing.
Interesting. So if this kills the U-wing, that could leave Ryad with no shot.
Right. But it's a big shot. It's going to kill the U-wing. There's the target lock.
Gain a target lock, spend the target lock.
Yep. And it's a blank, but if he does not roll perfect evades, even if he did roll perfect evades, yep, there's a hit crit.
Well, he could roll perfect evades and take a direct hit. Yep.
And it's a direct hit anyway. So there's that U-wing down right now. Now, interesting that we saw that Vessery is now within striking distance of that Horton Salm TLT.
Yes,
right?
And I think unless Tom pulls out some really good flying here, I think there's no way that Vessery is going to survive.
You know, I honestly don't necessarily know about that, but at the same time, it's brought this game back into contention.
Yes,
right?
So here we have a shot onto Wedge from the Palp shuttle. Palpatine in a crit for double crits.
And I see a hit and a focus, or an evade and a focus, and we will get 2 evades. No damage on the Ace X-Wing. So a nice Boshek there, but at the same time, Ryad isn't that far out of position.
Right. She's still where she would have been unless she wanted to barrel roll there. The only difference is that she had a stress while doing it, which would have been good if he had gotten both of his guns on Ryad there tokenless, but he just wasn't able to do it. I
mean, he did put a lot of hurt into Vessery, which, I mean, if you're going to kill one of those defenders, Vessery's your best bet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
while Vessery's still up on the board. Ryad and... Ryad can go toe-to-toe with any of these ships on the board, but at the same time, Vessery is a really good first target. Now,
yeah, absolutely.
So where's Wedge looking at? He's got that great shot, but if we expect a K turn from Vessery...
Yeah, so I'm thinking probably some kind of hard turn from Wedge here. Try to use his flight assist to keep on target. It could be that he chooses to switch Wedge's gun over to Ryad and hope that Horton takes Vessery out, or keep Horton's gun on, get Horton's gun on Ryad and hope Wedge takes Vessery out.
So I could definitely see a straight maneuver from Wedge using flight assist astromech to boost in to get Ryad in arc if Ryad goes straight or K turns. Now if Ryad banks in just a short maneuver from Wedge, could be very useful.
Yeah, it could. It's definitely going to be interesting. There's a number of ways that this could go. We have a 1 bank from the Space Cow,
which will bump clear his stress.
Ryad.
No, I think this could be the turn if Tom guesses Keith, or if Keith guesses Tom's move with Vessery correctly. Then I think we could really see. I think we could seriously see a dead Vessery this turn.
Yes.
He was able to put 4 damage onto Vessery last turn with Focus Evade and Palpatine up. And without the help of that U-wing, he can do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can probably safely expect a K turn from Vessery here, but Tom, being the player he is, could kind of probably know that you're expecting the K turn from Vessery here.
Absolutely.
Here's a 5 straight from Ryad with
not
no
changing that
K
to a K turn.
Interesting. Clears the stress. And we got an evade. Oh, that's the X7.
Yep, there's the evade from the X7.
There's the evade from the X7 with a barrel
roll. Looks like she might be trying to block a Horton.
Right, which Horton isn't necessarily afraid of, but...
Now, at the same time, I could see this. If Vessery turns hard to the left, tries to block Wedge, get a nice shot at Horton.
Yes. Yeah, that could be for sure. It depends on... I see a 3 hard.
Ooh, and that'll block
into Ryad.
That's not great because the new X7 title says that he doesn't get that token.
Yeah, so I do.
This is a tokenless Vessery, folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
If Wedge calls this correctly, I think that's probably the end.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see. It also, Horton is probably not getting a. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. We have a 2 hard to the left, so he will probably get a TLT shot off, at least on Vessery. Probably
if
on
not
Ryad.
On Ryad if Wedge.
Yeah, Wedge will probably take down Vessery, and it looks like Horton has the range on Ryad to take a TLT shot.
Well, let's see where we're going right here. Is this a K turn from Wedge? That looks like a red maneuver.
It looks like a K turn.
That's a K turn from Wedge.
I think that does still keep his gun on Vessery.
It looks like it to me, but there might end up being a judge call right here. That's going to be super, super close. I wonder what he was anticipating right there.
I think he was probably anticipating a K turn from Vessery and something else from Ryad. I don't know.
Right. They called it in. Wedge is firing range 1 at Vessery. Oh, that's a big shot. That's a big natural shot. That's a hit, and a crit against only 2 dice from Vessery. Yep. He does have an evade from Palpatine, which it looks like which looks like Tom is going to put in.
Right, which, yep. So let's see where this ends up. If he rolls at least one evade here, which he did,
He's
so
still gonna
unless
take the
this
crit.
is a direct hit, Horton will have to take Vessery down instead of taking shots at Ryad.
Crit goes through.
Crit
Let's
goes
see
through.
what this is. Damaged
Engine.
engine. That ain't great for a defender, but it's still alive, right?
Yes, yeah, it's
Keith
definitely
is going to
not.
have to use Horton's TLT. Now, I highly doubt that Vessery will survive this TLT because he's got to roll essentially, yep, there's the expertise, perfect evades twice.
Yes, yeah, and I just don't see that happening.
Right.
And there it is.
And there
Dead
it is.
Vessery.
There's a dead Vessery. Now this game is super interesting because Keith has proven that the power of Wedge and Horton's incredible TLT can eat through Defender Palpatine's token stacks.
Yeah,
so he's
yeah,
done
absolutely.
it once. I think he can do it again.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think he's in a good position here to just try and take out Ryad, even tokened up with Palpatine.
Right.
Because then you get behind the Space Cow, and that's it.
If he's got one of those ships with Ryad, one of those ships left with Ryad off the board, it's Keith's game. Now we've seen maybe the truth strength of this list isn't necessarily an undefeated U-wing, but an undefeated Wedge Horton.
Yeah, I actually would love to talk to Keith after this and see how many games the U-wing survived through.
2 shields off of Horton Salm from Ryad's shot.
All right, not great, but also not terrible.
Now Wedge is going to be kind of out of position right here. Here comes the Space Cow range 3 at Wedge.
I see
With
one hit.
And there's
2
plenty of evades. Wedge is doing a really, really good job this game.
Yeah, so I expect Wedge to green maneuver in toward the Space Cow and just try to put some hurt in before he can turn around on Ryad again, which is definitely a good choice.
I think at this point that Keith or Tom has to call Keith's direction of maneuver with Horton right there.
Yeah.
Because Horton could move one of 2 different ways, right? He could go left, he could go right. I think if Tom dials in something like a fast 3 bank in one of those 2 directions, unless Ryad follows him exactly, Horton's going to be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. So what would you do in either player's case here? Because it's kind of a crapshoot of which direction each ship is going to go.
Oh, yeah.
What would you do?
I think where Wedge is, Keith's best bet is to start putting some hurt into that shuttle.
Right.
So if I did maybe a 2 straight with Wedge to clear the stress, flight assist astromech, if I don't have a shot, will then boost me left into a shot for the shuttle.
Right.
And then if Horton does a 3 bank to the right or a 2 hard, I could see either one, be able to get some TLT shots off on the shuttle. And then unless Ryad matches him basically exactly,
yeah, then he's taking TLT shots at her in the meantime. Yeah,
Right.
so I would, if I were Keith here, I would probably take Horton to the right so that he's in position to get behind the Lambda shuttle once Ryad is down.
I agree. Or even just start shooting at the shuttle if Ryad goes
Yeah.
out of position for a couple rounds.
Yeah, exactly. I would probably go right and hope that Tom goes left.
Yeah.
But maybe Keith knows, or maybe Tom would expect him to go right, and so Keith should go left.
Because the other thing that Ryad could do is a 2 straight. She will not get her focus.
Yeah.
Or she will not get her evade, which is dangerous if Horton goes fast out to TLT
Yeah,
range.
definitely.
But if Horton then does take the 2 hard turn, then she will be right in his range 1 bubble.
Yeah,
So I think this is going to
absolutely.
be a case of, and there is the shuttle.
Yeah,
I think
this is
gonna
definitely
be
a situation of clearly I cannot pick the glass you've put in front of me, but I also cannot pick the glass you've put in front of you.
Absolutely. This
So
is
the
gonna be
Lambda flying in, trying to block Wedge here, definitely a good move, which I expect is going to work. I don't think the X-Wing has any maneuvers that are going to keep it from bumping into that Lambda
and there's
if he
a
also wants to clear
3
the stress.
straight to K turn from Countess Ryad.
Yeah, so he's going to start putting some hurt into Wedge here, I think. Let's see where Horton goes. Generally, when I fly this particular version of Horton, I like to add some vector thrusters in there to help for this
Right.
kind of situation.
Now I'm not
but
sure that he has the points
here's a
right
2
there.
hard left. Yeah, he wouldn't have had the points here, but here's a 2 hard left. Yeah, I think that's going to keep a TLT on Ryad.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Now do you TLT Ryad in this case, or are you going to hit the shuttle? Maybe make him.
Well, he's taken the target lock on Ryad, so...
Now, if you make him burn Palpatine on Ryad's defense, then you're going to have a less consistent shot at Wedge.
Right. Which is, yeah, probably a good decision. So here's Wedge with the one bank bumping into the Lambda shuttle. So Wedge will take a shot from Ryad.
Right. But then again, if you kill the shuttle, then you burn Palpatine permanently.
Right, but
so...
he's for this particular round, it's probably best to shoot at Ryad in hopes of getting him to use that Palpatine, because he's not going to use Palpatine trying to defend the shuttle.
Right, that's absolutely true. Because he knows that TLT shot is going to hit basically twice.
Right, yeah.
So no shot from Wedge. Let's see where Horton is going to be firing. Checking that shot against Ryad. Now, he
that
might
looks
be at
like
range
it's in the
1.
Bubble. Oh?
Range 1, so he won't actually have a choice. He will have to fire at the shuttle with the TLT.
He might not have a shot.
Out of range. That is killer, actually, for Keith. That's bad
for Keith.
That is not great. Tom breathing a sigh of relief over there as he take the range 2 shot with a palped crit, I'm assuming, against the Space Cow.
Why would Ryad be shooting against the Space Cow?
Oh, well, towards the Space Cow. If she misses, she'll hit the Space Cow. Well, probably
imagine if that was a mechanic in this game.
And then we got a hit, crit, no matter what we do right there. Wedge might actually take some damage this time. And indeed, he got 2 focuses, oof. So 1 crit is going to fly in against the hull, unless he decides to integrated astromech that out. It's a double damage. It's double damage now. He did not integrated that.
Did he not? Huh?
He did not. I'm not sure if I disagree with that, because, I mean, if he just takes 1 more damage, then he'll die, right?
Yeah, but he could have kept himself at full hull if he did that, because
that is true.
I think he probably wants to K-turn here anyway, which means he won't be using flight assist either way. I think I probably would have integrated that out, but...
You know, I think you're right, but it's possible that Keith has a different plan.
Yeah,
that was.
I
just want to say that is a good block from Tom, keeping Wedge down.
Yeah, that was excellent.
And as they're setting dials for this round, one more reminder: we are broadcasting from the Campaign Against Cancer at the Wizard's Chest. Now, the Campaign Against Cancer is raising money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So if you donate to bit.ly/CAC Denver, you will directly support Children's Hospital, St. Jude's Children's Hospital and cancer research. And if you send your receipt from that donation to feedback@backtodials.com, every $10 gets you entered to win our stream prize raffle.
Yes, and you can also win a date with Asa Graf.
No, you can't. No, you can't. In the chat, Mystic83, no TLT from Horton last round because he was barely out of range of the shuttle and barely in range 1 of Countess Ryad. Very lucky for Tom right there. The shuttle banking in 1 to the left, taking a shot against Horton.
Yep, or taking a target lock anyway.
He's going to take a shot.
All right, we've got Ryad with a 3 straight. Let's see, I imagine he will keep that as a straight and not a K-turn. Right. That gives him the free evade action that clears his stress, and then his other 2 actions.
Right, his focus evade. And I'm not sure that he needs to push the limit this round, because he's assuming that Wedge is going to take that for K-turn.
Yep. Yeah, so let's see what we got from Horton coming up next here.
Since he did blow the target lock last turn, he will have to push for that target lock. Here comes Horton, I'm assuming a 2 hard turn. Keep himself in range of Ryad. Yes, indeed.
Yep, there is the 2 hard. He already has a target lock on Ryad, so probably take a focus.
Yep.
Since that's all he's got left.
Just keep that focus.
Yep, there's the focus for defense, and
he doesn't have to spend any
Wedge
tokens this round.
With a 4K turn.
Imagine that.
No.
X-Wings can K-turn too. Well, you don't have to imagine it. It's happening right there in front of us. Once again, this is the 3rd round before lunch. The way that the X-Wing Campaign Against Cancer works is that after round 3, all of the players will be potted off based on their first half performances. We're doing range 2 on Shuttle. I wonder why. Maybe it's because he has the target lock?
He has the target lock, and he's just got... He has a chance to put a lot of damage into it this round. There's 3 hits with no defense because of Wedge.
No defense possible. Here comes Horton Salm.
All right, here comes Horton with the TLT, looking to take 2 more off.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens.
TLT on shuttle from Horton Salm. Interesting. I really think that he could have had the chance to really, at least waste some Palpatine off of Ryad. Horton reroll, expertise. There's just 2. There'll be 1 more hit. And Horton reroll plus expertise. There's another 2. So 2 more hits on the shuttle. That shuttle now down to 3 points. Keith getting half points.
Yeah, so if Wedge can somehow manage to stay alive here, Keith can easily take the shuttle out next round. Here's Palpatine crit. And here is Ryad taking a shot at Wedge. Target locked, focused, and Palpatine.
Oh, no, there it is. Hit, crit. So Keith has got to roll 2 perfect evades. Look at that. Integrated astromech is going to get rid of...
That is super lucky.
Yeah, so he's checking the crit with integrated astromech. Nicely done.
That was incredibly lucky.
That was
for
well
Keith.
Done. Well done, Dice.
So yeah, I think that shuttle now is going down next turn.
Oh, 100% going down. Now the question is, can he avoid a shot from Wedge? And I think if he from Ryad, and I think if he calls Ryad's maneuver correctly, he can run into Ryad.
Right. Yeah.
And then hit the shuttle.
I expect Ryad to probably take a what's it called? The thing where you turn around, a K-turn.
K-turn, yeah.
I expect her to take a K-turn here. The question is just what speed.
So there's 3 hits into Horton, 1 evade. So Horton will now be down at 4. You know what? Be quiet. Will now be down at 4 hull. So what do you think here? If I were Ryad, I would do a 5-speed K-turn because it puts you behind Wedge. It has the less. It has fewer
less
options for
of...
Wedge to run in. But if Wedge does I don't know. He might want to try to keep that stress and do a fast maneuver.
Yeah, he could do that. He's taking an unmodified shot against the shuttle that way, but shuttle has no defense against it.
Because even if he gets just 1 hit, Horton will kill the shuttle.
Yeah, exactly.
Assuming that Horton doesn't get... Well, I mean, Horton could get blocked right here.
Wedge can also manage to... he can just take down the shuttle. Even if Ryad kills him, he'll still kill the shuttle first if he goes for a green maneuver and takes an action.
Right.
And then Horton can start putting some hurt into Ryad.
Yeah, so. I mean, in the end game, if Horton flies well, Horton versus Ryad, that could actually be a game.
Yeah.
Because that incredibly consistent TLT. Now, I do think that Horton will not be able to take shots at the shuttle this round unless Tom does something buck wild with the shuttle, because I assuming that the shuttle is probably going to move up and try to block.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would do in this situation. Yeah, it looks like Tom is trying to judge out
perhaps
probably where that rock is with Ryad.
Right, from our angle right here, it looks fine to me.
Yeah, it looks fine. A 5 might be a little risky here, but let's see how it plays out.
But honestly, I think it's riskier if he doesn't make the 5 and Wedge runs into her.
Yeah, for sure.
Because then you're taking retaliatory shots. You're going to lose Palpatine.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so let's see. We've got the sea cow, space cow. This isn't the sea. We've got the space cow taking something.
That's just 1 straight.
1 straight.
1 straight. We're gonna make Horton bump.
Take a stress from that there Godzilla debris, but no damage because of collision detector.
Right. And there's the roll, but they're not even going to do it. There's no damage. Imagine that.
Yeah, go figure.
We got 33 minutes left in this round. Let's see where Countess Ryad is going. That looks like a 5.
Looks like a 5.
There's a 5 straight to K-turn. Oh, hey, that's a hell of a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, no, that is on the rock.
The rock.
I think that's devastating for Tom. He really needed that.
That's, that could be it.
Depending on where Horton goes, if he gets some good shots.
Yeah,
and he
even
takes a damage, too.
Oof. No free evade, no actions.
Yeah.
We got a too hard right from Horton, so no shots on Ryad here. A 3-bank left really would have served him good, but...
Right. Well, served him well.
Goodly.
This is the Back to Dials grammar cast.
Yeah, sorry. It would have served him goodly. Horton's going to be taking some shots from the Lambda here, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, no, he's got to keep Horton alive.
Yeah, definitely.
I think, which is why I think just going right into the block there would have been a better call.
Yeah.
There's Wedge's 1-bank clearing that stress.
Especially because I'm not actually certain that Wedge can get a shot off here. Does he have range
fine.
there?
I'm 100% sure he's got range.
Okay.
And he'll probably grab a target lock.
Yep, there's the target lock.
Range 3. So the shuttle will still get a die that he can palp in.
Yep,
so
that's
this is
true.
So there's going to do the
target
lock. And it's just 2, so the shuttle will palp in and evade. I am assuming only take 1 damage.
Yep, rolled and evade anyway. And 1 more damage.
So this is interesting how like this turn has gone back and forth, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because definitely I think moving Horton out there was a mistake.
Yeah, I really think a 3-bank to the left would have been the best option there.
And here comes that. He's palping in a crit. I heard it on the stream, so there's a hit, crit. Oh, looks like he
palped the evade.
He palped the evade, right. So there's a hit, crit. So a hit and a crit onto Horton Salm, and that's not great.
Yeah, so Horton will take 1 hit, 1 crit here.
And only be at 2 hull.
And what is our damaged engine
right there, which is not great because that was Horton's best move out of there, a too hard turn to the left. And now without the expertise...
Yeah, this is going to be rough.
It's going to be a really tough time for Horton to get turned around and look back at Countess Ryad. Ryad, too, in a great position here to maybe just bank in behind Wedge, because I don't think Wedge can clear a K-turn from there.
No,
he's got to keep chasing the shuttle.
It's times like this that I wish that T-65 had a Talon roll.
Right. I don't know. We haven't gotten preview articles for the new T-65s yet.
True. We'll see.
Maybe they've added a Talon roll. Maybe they've added like a triple
cool.
Talon roll where it just says place this ship anywhere you want, facing any direction.
You mean intensity Jake Farrell?
Yes. Thank you for tuning into round 3 of the X-Wing campaign against Cancer in Denver, Colorado. This is the Back to Dials X-Wing podcast, and there is still time to donate to bit.ly/CAC Denver to get your name in the hat for the raffle at the end of round 3. The Space Cow just taking a 1-bank maneuver to pilot left right there, bumping into Horton.
Yep. So since Asa has so vehemently denied that this is a prize, I guess I'll go ahead and say that really you can win a date with Adam Katnig since he's not in the room and can't defend himself.
Right, exactly. Now he can mute us.
He could mute us. That's true, but I've already said it, so that makes it law.
That's how this works. All right, Countess Ryad look at that. It's a 5 straight probably to K-turn.
Go figure. What an odd thing for Ryad to do. Who would have ever guessed?
Yeah, I mean at this point with Horton so low on hull
and so far away,
right? She can kind of afford that.
Yeah, so depending on what Horton did here, he might be able to take the Lambda down on his own, but Ryad is definitely taking Wedge out. And she's barrel rolling, so there's a chance for Horton to get a shot at her here.
Push it. Well, I think Horton's going to try to kill the shuttle, right? He's only got 2
hull
left.
If Wedge can move in and kill the shuttle first, Horton doesn't have to do it.
And there's the red too hard maneuver with damaged engine.
Oh, and that's going to double stress him.
It is not going to double stress him.
Oh, it didn't. It did not hit the debris.
It did not hit the debris. So he's just single stressed. So he's all right. He'll have a nice shot on the shuttle. Here comes Wedge. Now, did he go fast? Wedge did, in fact, go fast. But that's what Ryad's barrel roll was for, was to catch one of those fast K-turns.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, you mean bank. I'm thinking Wedge will probably take down the shuttle here. Ryad will take Wedge down, and we'll see what happens after that.
We'll see it. I mean, here's the thing: a 2-hull Horton versus an essentially full health Ryad is not the game that I want if I am Keith.
Yeah,
it's possible, but it's an uphill battle.
Here's Wedge at the shuttle, re-rolling for his target lock.
Spending the lock, he gets 2 hits.
Hit and a crit.
Now that is obstructed, so Palpatine can save him.
Yep, which he probably will here.
Yep, Palpatine
there's
one
Palpatine.
evade. And, of course, we get it. So 1 crit. Now, this is direct hit.
Yep, let's see.
It is, in fact,
a direct hit.
There we go. The shuttle is off the board.
And now Horton can at least put some damage into Ryad here, hopefully, maybe.
Yep. So it is interesting that Keith is up on points.
Yeah, he is. Well,
Horton
for now.
and Ryad are exactly the same amount of points, so we could see there is hit, and a crit from the TLT. 3 results. Ryad with 4 greens. I see 1, 2 results at least. What's he going to spend? He spends the focus. I would have saved the focus. I would have spent the evade first because you can't use that on the offense. But here comes
the reroll.
Reroll just a hit and a crit. With spending the target lock.
Oh, spending the target lock.
Yep. Because Horton can reroll blanks, and the target lock can reroll whatever you want for 3 more results. I see 1, 2 with the evade. But now he only has the target lock, and now if Wedge rolls lucky, and Ryad doesn't.
Yeah, this could be interesting. I see 1 hit.
See, there it is.
There's
the unlucky.
Well, I see 2 hits.
It's possible. It's possible. It's not possible. He was so close. Only get 1 hull.
Now, I would like to point out at this juncture, if he had integrated away that direct hit before,
that's true.
He'd still be alive.
Yeah, that is very true. He would have 1 shield left. So that's the power of hindsight, right? Hindsight is, what, 50-50?
That's not how that saying goes.
That's how that saying goes in Ace's head.
Anyways.
Because my hindsight's so good that it's 50-50.
But isn't that worse?
Anyways, thank you very much for tuning in to the Back to Dials X-Wing Campaign Against Cancer stream from the Wizard's Chest. Ben's looking at me with some really weird faces right there, but I guess I do deserve that. This is 26 minutes left in the round. Tom versus Keith, the Blue Squadron, and Wedge have both gone down. And now it's just up to Horton to see if he can pull it out against a almost full health Ryad.
Yep. Yeah, so this is each player has 36 points left on the board if we could get Wedge removed from our overlay now or crossed out. Yeah, this is... My money's on Ryad here, but it could... I don't know.
Now, at the same time...
Something crazy could happen.
Now, at the same time, Keith, it looks like, has one hell of an initiative bid. Because even though Horton and Ryad are exactly the same amount of points, Keith has killed more points of Tom's list. So he is up right now.
Was that... Huh. All right.
Yep. He is up on points right now. So even if Horton doesn't do anything, he can still win this game.
So he does have the points for vector thrusters on Horton. I told you. But he probably has the initiative bid to make his blocker move first.
Right. I don't necessarily know. Pilot skill 2? What's he facing off against?
Something. Gunboats.
Horton is focusing. We will get a range 2 obstructed shot with the TLT through that rock.
He's got the bid so that he can fight off new squadrons.
Yep, there's the expertise.
3.
New squadrons. That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
There's 3. I see 1, 2. He has to spend his focus to take nothing. Here comes the second shot from TLT.
All right, here we go. And I see a...
There's 3 results. Yep. The expertise will make that 3 hits again.
And that's 1 damage.
There's enough, so 1 more damage. I mean, Horton just absolutely flying... by the seat of his pants right here.
Yeah.
He's just getting lucky, and if he's forcing Ryad to spend her actions on maneuvering, but hey, look at that. There's a hit and a crit.
I see 2 evades from Horton.
Done, 2 evades, but this could also be a direct hit and end the game right here. It's
damaged
another damaged engine, so hard turns are double red now.
They're even deeper shade of red.
Even deeper. They're so red they're purple. What does that even do?
Something. Nothing.
Nothing.
Really nothing.
There's 1 damaged engine that cancels out the other damaged engine, right?
Oh, yeah,
so
that's how it works.
the engine is undamaged and actually super undamaged, and they're all green maneuvers now.
Yeah, because that's something they teach you in mechanic school is if your car is damaged, you should damage it more in the same way, and that fixes it.
Absolutely. A negative plus a negative makes a positive, right?
Yeah,
2 wrongs do make a right.
It's a negative plus a negative is just more... Negative
times a negative is positive. 2 wrongs do make a right. All right, Countess Ryad right here with just a 2 straightforward. That's a great maneuver to keep Horton in her sights no matter where she goes. We'll probably see a target lock push for a focus right here and just end this game.
Yep, absolutely.
As Horton can't, with that TLT, he can't even pray for a quick crit.
Yeah, he needs to survive 2 more rounds for this to work.
Yeah, Ryad's just gotta...
Or just fly through that debris.
Interesting choice with that 3 bank. I mean, I know he doesn't have hard turns really available to him.
Yeah, I think he's trying to keep obstacles in between him and Ryad so that he has a hope of surviving.
But he only has 1 hull left. He's just got to get so lucky in any case.
I mean, yeah, but...
Doesn't
and
take
he's
any
dead.
damage. No.
Oh, no, that's a debris. Never mind.
That is a debris.
We're good. Stand by.
Here comes Horton now, but of course that debris turns off expertise, so he's going to have less options for getting Ryad down, but he doesn't need it right there. He's got 2 rolls and only
he's got
1 hit.
so that's going to be blocked, of course.
And of course that's obstructed on Ryad as well, so he's going to have less of a chance of actually getting stuff through, but she will have to spend her focus to dodge these.
Which, if I were Tom, I wouldn't bother.
Yeah, you've got target lock focus shot. I think you bank on that being the one that puts it in. He's taking the shield.
He's taking the shield, and here's the second shot.
Oh, might regret now. And now he can't dodge it. So there's another one. Horton putting Ryad. If Horton survives this round, Ryad's in striking distance.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Horton survives this round, and he might pull the game out.
Oh, man. I don't know if he's going to survive, though. I just don't think it's possible.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah,
yep,
he's
there
not.
it is. There it is. That's it. He doesn't even have a chance. He rolls 1 evade, 1 blank, and there's 2 damage, and Horton Salm is dead. One hell of a round, though.
That was insane.
That was one hell of a round, though. It turns out it's not the it's not the U-Wing that's undefeated. It's Wedge and Horton.
Yeah, seriously. That was crazy to watch.
The power of that insane twin laser turret right there.
Yeah, that is just bonkers.
Proving to be able to strip tokens, eat through Palpatine.
Yeah,
get some really extra things. So now we are going to have the lunch round right here. We're going to run a quick promo reel while we tally up the raffle tickets for this round, and we will be back in about 3 minutes to draw the raffle. Then we'll go to lunch. We'll see you soon.